well.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Howdy, folks. Wow. Wednesday was a heck of a day here in Oklahoma. The sun's popping out right now. It's about 11 minutes after 12. I've got to run up to the VA hospital because I was supposed to have a dental appointment to get my crowns, permanent crowns put in, and they called and canceled yesterday because of the excessive flooding. That's still going on. But then yesterday afternoon, evening, and clear until early parts of the morning, we had an excessive amount of tornadoes and rain. So the flooding is just going to get worse before it gets better. Our streets aren't flooded here in Muskogee, but we're pretty well in the island right now. What are these knobheads doing? Alright, this guy's backing in. I got to get gas. I called up I've got a tooth that I think I knocked it loose when I had that passing out spell. And I've just been holding off until I could get up to the VA because I had an appointment. Well, when they called and canceled yesterday, that put me, so I called today to see if they were actually going to be open, and they said yes, they would on emergency. She said, wait a minute, I can get you in at 1 o'clock on appointments, because they've canceled everything, so they had plenty of open appointments. So I'll at least get in to get evaluated on this tooth and hopefully get the pain stopped. I can't hardly eat, not that that's a bad thing, but I'll be right back, guys. Tell you how it's going in a minute. Okay, now I got gas, so little goober. Okay. Got gas, so now I'm headed out up to the VA hospital. But I'm not sure which is going to be the best way to go, so I'm going to go the way I always go. But I got to circle around because I want to catch the lights, because traffic is kind of weird today, and there's going to be a lot of... Alright, I'm going to put on a little AC because we're getting warm now. And we're getting humid. So, what's this guy doing, or lady doing? Sometimes I just wonder about Muskogee drivers. And anyways, with luck, I'm gonna hit all the lights. But I gotta get this tooth worked on because I'm losing sleep. Partly because of this. Like last night, we were just up watching storms. I mean, it's just a given that you're gonna have to deal with that in Oklahoma. And looks like I got the light yellow, slightly red. Oh well. What can I say? Yeah, notice no gapping smile. Well, not yet. Depends on what they do with this tooth. It's going to tick me off because it's one of my gold teeth. They were supposed to last longer. That burn thing didn't last as long as the rest of them did, but I don't know what goes on with my teeth, but anyways, the reason I got the full smiles because, as you can tell by the way I'm talking, I got my partials in. But when you go to the dentist and they're going to be whittling on your teeth, you know, possibly, you got to have all of them in so they can make them all fit nicely together. But I think what happened is when I passed out that day on Claude's show, and shout out to Claude, man. He's been real nice about shouting me out lately. sorry I haven't been able to get in there here lately. It's been either sketchy internet, and my internet's still going down, but it resets itself pretty quickly too. So that's the other thing. I wanted to get up here and get this taken care of before Memorial Day weekend. It looks like we're not going to have to actually go to the lake to go to the lake. And I think it's coming to us. No, it's not flooding inside Muskogee City proper, but we've got 3 rivers that meet up, and all 3 rivers are blocked upstream by dams, and those dams are at max capacity, and they are having to dump water out of them at excessive highs like they've never done before. As a matter of fact, I was having this conversation with Mel, and Mel, I did check into that. It is not it wasn't 207,000 cubic feet a minute. It's 2,700, and now it's up to 250,000 cubic feet a second that they just let out of Keystone. They're letting about 160 to 180,000 cubic feet a second out of Fort Gibson Dam, which is one that runs right into this Arkansas River. I mean, guys, we've got huge amounts. They're talking the possibility, and those barges are still out there. There were barges that broke loose yesterday. They managed to wrangle them and get them back, but they didn't have any tugboats available when they broke loose last night. And believe it or not, guys, this is a good thing. They use drones with lights, basically an Enterprise Edition style, or either a Matisse or a Matrice or a Inspire with lights on it. And they searched, and they finally found them early this morning. They had got lodged on a sandbar between here and Weber Falls Lock and Dam. But they don't know how secure they are, because the water is rising even still, and it's rushing by, and if the water rises enough, they're going to break loose again. So they're out there trying to figure out. They've got the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and Lake Patrol out there in their boats trying to figure out how to secure them. They've got helicopters flying everywhere because we've got excessive flooding. We've got flooding like we haven't seen since 1996, and I remember that flood. That was a bad flood for this area. I mean, if it continues the way it is, there's going to be some of these small towns that may not recover. I mean, they may just wash away. It's that bad. And we're at the second highest, right now we're at the second highest flood levels that we've been in the history of Oklahoma. Than keeping and the last time was when they only had one of the dams in the flood control system. That's the reason they've got these dams out there, is one for after the Dust Bowl and stuff, they needed water retention, but they also needed flood control, because after everything blew away, then there was nothing to stop the flood water. So they had to come up with these lock and dam and all of these water flood control systems. And for the most part, they work. But when you got states like Kansas that apparently doesn't have any flood control, it all just washes downhill, and we're downhill from Kansas, It's like the old saying goes, Kansas sucks, Texas blows, and we're stuck in the middle. That's why we got tornadoes and apparently flooding. So anyways, I'll get back with you in a little bit. And don't forget to subscribe, or check out what's up here. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, check out what's over here and what's over here. You be nice to everybody, okay? I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.